Let us look at this example. So the first thing that we have to do is to draw the isometric scale. So I'm going to start off with the 45. 45. Let me have my starting point there. And then I'm going to use my 30-degree set square. So this line is for the isometric drawing. Okay. Now we're going to put all our measurements here. However, we are going to be using the isometric projection. Okay, we're going to use the isometric projection. Now, with what they've given us, let us see. So what I would usually do, I would only draw the front view. Why? Because the measurements are not clear. So I'm just going to draw the front view, the side, baseline. So they are telling me that it is 50. So my starting point right there, it's 50. Remember, when we draw the hexagon, we use a 60-degree set square. 60-degree set square. Okay. Then we're going to measure 50. So remember, from here to here we have already measured 50. So all I need to do is just to transfer. So from there to there, 50, I transfer it here. I also transfer it this side. Then I use my 60-degree set square. Then I close it off. Okay, so it's still 50. Yes. And from here, I arc there 50. From here, I arc there 50. And then I close it off. Right. So they say if from here to, okay, actually, then all I have to do is just to extend this line. Extend this line. So from there to there, it has to be 100. Okay. So from there to there, it has to be 100 millimeters. Right. Then we are going to transfer these measurements here because we need the isometric scale. Okay. We need the isometric scale. Let me just make this bigger. Right. Now that I've made it bigger, now I'm going to use this section right here to transfer. So I need my starting point. So I'm going to use this as my starting point there. Then I use the 30 degrees set square. And remember, with isometric, we are using 30 degrees now. So right there, my 30-degree angle. Then this side as well. So not with all the drawings you have to draw this, but because I'm not sure of the sides from there to there, I'm not sure of it. That's why I first started off with drawing the front view only. Right. Then Remember, this is first angle orthographic projection. It means this side is my front view. It means this side is my left view. Okay, it means it's my left view. Then of course this side is going to be my top view. Now, what is the first thing that I'm going to do? Remember, you divide here using the isometric drawing. So what I will then do is, from my start, so this will be my start. I start off by going from this to that. I don't know how much it is. I don't know how much it is. So I'm just going to transfer it on the isometric drawing. Then I'm going to move on from here to this part right here. So from here to there. Okay, then I transfer it to that corner right there. Then I move from here to this part right there. Then I go right there. Okay, so basically 90 degrees going down. So I'm going to use the isometric projection, meaning I'm going to use this dot, that one, and that one on my front view. Okay. So I first start. So it's going to be slightly smaller. Slightly smaller. So I'm going to start off here and then transfer it there. Then I'm going to start off here and then move on to this one. Remember, I'm using the isometric projection. And then also there to there. Then again, I go here and I use the other part. Right there. Okay, then all I do is just to take them up. My starting point, I took it up. Then my hexagon from the front view. My hexagon from the front view. Okay, now I need the height from there to there. Then what do I do? The height from here to here. Then I go to the starting point. It's right there. Okay. Then I take it down. So it means that I'm going to use my starting point to the first height. To the first height. Then I go this right here. Then I arc there. That is my first height. Then I need my other height, the height of the entire hexagon right there. Then I go this part there. Then what do? I take it down from the isometric drawing to the isometric projection. Then I go from here, this height right there. Then I start off there. Then I go there. Right. Then what do? I use my 30 degree to get the center and also to get the height. Okay. Now let's start combining. Right, now let's start combining. So this one is going to be a solid line. Okay. Then I'm going to join. Remember, I'm doing a hexagon on the front view. Okay. Okay. So now I've got the hexagon there. This is the front view. Now let's look at the left view. So on the left view, they are saying that it is 10. Is it 10? Let me check. It's actually 20, not 10. It is 20. Then we are going to measure the side. No. Then we're going to measure 20. So let's measure from the start. From there, that is our 10. That is our 20. Okay. So this dot right there is 10. This one right there is 20. Then we just take it down. 20. Then we're going to measure 20 on the isometric projection on the left hand side. On the left hand side, up there. All right. Then what do? We just go straight up. Right. And then we need to make sure that these lines are parallel. Okay. Also this one is parallel. So what we will then do, all the corners, we're going to take them out somewhere. Including this corner right here. Right. So from here to there, it is 20. So now what we're going to do is parallel line. So this parallel, I take my set square here. Then I take my other ruler, I make sure that it is my t-square. I make sure that this is stationary and then this one is the one that moves. Right? Then I just move from this line until there. Okay, I missed it a bit. Let's erase it. Okay. Right there. Okay. So I drew a line right here. I just draw a straight line. Now these ones right here, this one has to be parallel. So apply the same method. This ruler right here is going to be my t-squared. And then I just move this one to this line right there. Okay. And then what do? I make sure that this one right here, apply the same thing. This is my t-square. It's going to be stationary while this one moves. Right there. And then now this one, also I'm going to apply the same thing. Okay. So I'm going to make sure that this line right here, let me just do it out. This line right here, we use my t-squared, original t-squared of my drawing board. I make sure that this line right here is parallel to that one. So let's darken our answer. at the end of the day, our answer looks like this. So this is our isometric, but using the isometric projection from the isometric drawing. Okay, so this is basically how I draw it. What is important is, because I was not sure of my dimensions here, I just drew the front view of the hexagon so that I can get the dimensions, so that I can apply these dimensions to the isometric drawing, transfer the sizes of the isometric drawing to the isometric projection. Hence, our isometric is slightly smaller than our given view. I hope you guys understood.